That's what I like to call a cold open. Fuck. Hey guys, Lexstyle here for Punk Rock Blues, coming at you with the best and worst albums and EPs of 2019. I have narrowed it down to 25 albums this year. We got a bunch of doozies. We're going to get right into it. Same with last year. My rating scale is a little weird. I go on the amount of tracks, and then I count how many tracks I like, and then I give it a percentage-based rating. So that's the scale. It's kind of weird. That's how I like to do it, so we're going to get right into it. Number 25 is Who Do You Trust by Papa Roach. I gave this a 3 out of 12, which is in turn a 25%. I don't hate this album, and it really sucks that this album is in last place. Because I don't hate this album, it just wasn't for me. Papa Roach really changed their genre on this one. A lot of people compared it to Imagine Dragons, which I totally hear, and you know, that's good. It was a good album. Every track was like alright. It just wasn't for me. So it was like just boring to listen to. And Imagine Dragons is good too, but it's just not for me. So I don't have much to say about this one. It was good. It just wasn't for me, and so it got last place, unfortunately. But if you like Imagine Dragons, definitely go listen to this album, because definitely for you. Number 24 is Strange Creatures by Stacked Like Pancakes. I gave this a 4 out of 14, which is a 29%. I paid $500 for this album, and it fucking sucked. I remember, you know, like when Hollow came out, track 4, that came out, and I liked that at first. That was their first change. We're like, we're not ska anymore, we're brass rock, whatever the hell that is. You know, the band broke up, and Happy got released, and that was dickish. So I kind of went into this, was maybe, you know, I waited a whole year for an album I paid $500 on, and then maybe it's slightly good because Hollow was. Yeah, no, this sucked. I don't see the appeal in this at all. Like, you know, the last one I was like, yo, Imagine Dragons fans, go listen to this. There's no fans of this at all. I can't believe people like this, and I'm sorry to Mike especially. He was my guitar teacher, Mike Bush. He did do guitar on this before he left the band. I'm sorry to him, but there wasn't even guitar. I could barely even hear, like, the guitar presence wasn't strong. So, like, oh my god, this album sucked. I liked Hollow, like I said, that was good. Dreamcatcher, the opening track, a lot of the songs I liked, I had heard the demos of because I kickstarted. Since I pledged this, I got all the tracks as demos. Like Dreamcatcher, way better demo than the studio version. Same with Spaceship, I really liked the demo of that one. That's the last track. Fucking sucked on this. And I think I maybe liked Weightless because that's the sequel to Laughing at Me. That might have been the fourth one I like. Not much was good on this. I did not have a good time. No, I think it was actually an emotional attachment to Inanimate Things. I think I did actually end up liking that one. Nope, it was Thoughts and Prayers. So we got Dreamcatcher, Hollow, Thoughts and Prayers, and Spaceship. Those were the songs I liked. The rest of this sucks. This is my biggest financial mistake ever. It was really bad, guys. Don't listen to this. Number 23 is Yes I Can't by Devin K and the Solutions. I gave this a 4 out of 12, which is 33%. This is another full length, a while to go before we get to some EPs. This was similar to Who Do You Trust in that I don't hate it. I just don't know what I was listening to. You know, I love Devin K, and I've heard the genre of this, like they were a ska band, then they lost some members, so they went like folk punk or something, so then they lost some members or got some members, so they changed it. I don't know what genre this was, because it wasn't anything that I could establish. It wasn't pop punk, it wasn't like alternative, it wasn't indie rock, there was no ska. I don't really know what the hell I was listening to. Also, I don't really like Devin K's voice, and I think that's what brought this album as such a downer to me, was that his voice is just not that good. I don't know, it seems like he's trying to be Nick Woods a little bit, and even some of the lyrics. But there were some bops. There were some bops, and I remember the first 2 tracks I don't think I liked, and then maybe 3 or 4 was when it really was like, okay. But yeah, I just don't know what I was listening to. The genre was very strange. I don't know if I should stand in the middle or to the right. This is my spot, but Bat's not here, so like, I don't like that. I'm gonna stay here. Yeah, and also I don't know if he'll put the albums that we don't own here. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't really know what the genre of this was. So unfortunately, it's in 23rd place. I'm thinking I'm gonna go and check out some other Devin K and the Solutions though, because I think they have ska stuff, and hopefully that's good. His voice would work for ska, but for whatever this was, it didn't. Number 22 is Let Me Know You When... Nope. Number 22 is Let Me Know When You Give Up by Joey Cape. This sucked. I gave it a 4 out of 11, 36%. I did not like this. Joey Cape, I don't like his voice. I didn't like anything he was singing about. I didn't know that it was going to be an acoustic album, and usually I like that. I didn't. This is like, besides Strange Creatures, this is the first album so far that I did not like whatsoever. I mean, the 4 tracks, sure, but like this, I'm never going to listen to this again. You know, Devin K and Papa Roach, I like them, so maybe I'll give them another shot. And like I said, Who Do You Trust was good, but this wasn't. I think the 4 songs, mainly acoustic with some full band instruments, instruments. I don't want to butcher the pronunciation anymore, so I'm going to leave it with that. I think the 4 songs with a full band are the ones I liked. The acoustic was not good because it was just his voice, and that sucked. Number 21 is There's a Lot of It About by SNUFF. I gave this a 5 out of 12, which is a 42%. So this is like a Cockney punk band, I guess. They write a lot of songs about Cockney, and like, I guess on stage their banter is in a Cockney accent, or they're just from Cockney parts. I don't really know. This was good. I could definitely see why people were interested in it. I did like it. It was just, they do like the, every other track is either like screaming or, you know, nice vocals. And I think it just in turn became a lot more screaming, and they weren't good at it because it was just rough. It didn't seem too polished, and this is like, I don't know, they've been a band since like the 80s or something, so like they know what they're doing, and I get why people like them. Just wasn't for me, so it's down there. I don't really have a lot of bad stuff to say about it though. I'm sure they have a lot of good hits. They did. Some of these songs were all pretty good. I just only liked 5 of them. So that's all I have to say about that. Number 20 is Railer by Lagwagon. I gave this a 6 out of 12, which is 50%. I almost shouldn't give it a 6 out of 12. One of the songs was a cover. The last track. Again, Joey Cape, just his vocals sucks. I'm never going to listen to Lagwagon again. This was just, it was pure skate punk. And they're all old guys, and I don't get why old people still sit on skate punk, because they're old. Yeah, I don't like Joey Cape. That's my final decision. He's good to me first in the Gimme Gimmes, but I don't want to listen to his voice. Like I said, this is half good, but really it wasn't, because one, the cover was, I really only liked because the lyrics, which they didn't write, so like, you know, that's not them. Yeah. I don't like Joey Cape. I don't like Lagwagon. I had never heard of him. People are always telling me to go check him out. I did. It wasn't good. That's my recommendation. Number 19, I can't do that on fingers, is The Holy Spell, Ellipses by CJ Ramone. This also got a 6 out of 12 at 50%. This was good, and it was interesting. Because, you know, you got one of the Ramones making music, and I think my problem with this album, not so much the sound, because I was scared. I was like, does he just make music like the Ramones? And he doesn't. I think my problem with this one was that the lyrics didn't make sense. He was just kind of singing stuff, and it wasn't anything that, like, kept me interested. I did like his voice, so that wasn't a downer or anything, and the music was pretty good. I think there was it was a lot of, like, cool kind of, it was like slower punk, you know, he's aging. I think it was kind of slower punk, and then there was a couple acoustic songs, I think, and like, you know, it was half good. I just it didn't make sense to me. It was pretty good though. I do want to still check out his last album, see how different that was. That came out in 2017. That was it was American something. put that here, I guess. That one I know was like really acclaimed, so I'll go check that out too. Number 18, I cannot believe this scored as high as it did, and that was 9 by Blink-182. I gave this an 8 out of 15, which is 53%. God, 15 fucking tracks I had to sit through this shit. This is Blink-182's attempt to write, like, a hip-hop album with pop lyrics, or no, a hip-hop album with emo lyrics, but it's for pop fans, and but it's punk rock? What? I didn't like this that much. There were some good songs, like I Really Wish I Hated You. I love that song. It's so sad. I love it. I always say that it's like Mark just read my old Instagram post for inspiration. That one's good. I do like Dark Side. Shittiest video I've ever seen, though. Contrary to Bat, I really liked Generational Divide. That was good. There were a couple good songs. The short one, I think, is called Ransom. I liked that more for the lyrics. I liked the message of that song than I think the actual song. But some of it was just bad. Blame It On My Youth. It sounded worse than the first time I heard it on this. I never actually finished the album when it came out, so this is my first time sitting through it for this. Yeah, it would be a good EP if it was just the 8 tracks I liked. It'd be an okay EP. But no, it's a full length and it's real bad. I hope Mark Hoppus is happier now. I don't think he is, because their last song they released was also sad, Not Another Christmas Song. My favorite line in Not Another Christmas Song is when he says, sometimes you get what you wanted, but it's not what you wanted at all. And that, I think, is in turn to people fucking hated 9, because we all wanted a Blink album, and he gave us shit. Don't let Travis write drum beats for an entire album like he's the best drummer in the world, but don't base it around him. He's a hip-hop fan. We want pop-punk, and stop trying to be a punk band just because Matt Skiba's there. Yeah, I'm never going to listen to this album again. I will, if I can remember all 8 tracks I liked, I'll listen to those. I do really love I Really Wish I Hated You. It's really sad, but it is one I listen to pretty frequently. And now that, I kind of have a few more that I'm like, okay, those are good. Is it an 8? It is an 8. Now that I have more of those, I'll try to listen to those a little more frequently. I guess I probably won't. California is so good. Dogs Eating Dogs is fucking great. Untitled. There's so much good Blink that this just doesn't need to be listened to by anyone. And I really wish it was lower. I can't believe it's this high. Number 17 is Too Old to Die Young by Bracket. I gave this a 6 out of 11, which in turn is a 54%. This was good. This was kind of like just standard punk rock-ish, I'd say. The problem with this, and there are a couple albums later on that are like this, is that can't keep my focus. It's good music, but it is the best background, like, go put it in that corner, you're getting dressed, throw it on your Alexa. It was good. I just kept forgetting, and there are a couple albums on here that I'd be like, what? Oh, I'm 2 songs later? Okay. So that's what brought this one down for me. The lyrics were really good. I know they're known for their harmonies and stuff. That was all really good. Like I said, I just couldn't keep focus. I don't have much bad to say about this. There are albums later that are also that problem where you just can't lose focus, or you can't regain focus, or whatever, however you want to say that. And so that was the problem with Too Old to Die Young by Bracket. But if you love background music, go check it out. I'd love to run a punk hotel, and Bracket is my elevator music. Number 16 is Gigantic Psych by Mean Jeans. I gave it a 6 out of 11, which is also a 54%. Same score as Bracket. I like Mean Jeans. I listened to their jingles. I think it was just an EP or as a collection of tunes where they wrote jingles for companies that didn't pay them to write jingles. And that was really good, so I was giving this one high hopes. And yeah, it just sounded like the Ramones. I don't like the Ramones very much. You're not going to keep me interested in an album that you just want to be the Ramones. Considering it was such a different style from their last album, or the Jingles collection. The Jingles collection is really good. And, I think the description of this album was they're no longer singing songs about Mountain Dew. They wrote their own actual ballads. And I was like, cool. And then it was just the Ramones. And I was like, oh, yeah, not enjoying that so much. Mean Jeans, go check out Jingles. It's a really good collection of songs. Tunage. It's really good. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want on your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that's probably what you'll get. I butchered that shit. This is Age of Unreason by Bad Religion. I gave this 11 out of 16, 69%. I wish this was a little higher, because Bad Religion, but unfortunately it was just not. I remember, and so I do need to clarify that it's not actually 16 tracks. There are like 2 bonus tracks. I included them because I love them. Profane Rights of Man is one, and The Kids Are Alt-Right. I love those songs, so I included them because I wanted to talk about them. They're really good. I remember when they came out. Kids Are Alright, or Alt-Right came out when I was in New York. Go watch my New York video. I don't know how many people watched it. Just came out. And then Profane Rights of Man came out shortly after, and then like No Sanity, Chaos Within, all these like singles kept coming out, and they were getting like worse and worse in as they were being released. Just kept going downhill, and that's sad because it's Bad Religion, and it's a good album. It just, they kind of changed some things. Like My Sanity was one of the singles, and Chaos Within, I think, were both singles that I didn't love. And those singles, it's good that those are singles for this album because they show, like, you can hear kind of the change they're going for. It just seemed lazy to me. The vocals didn't seem as into it as past Bad Religion albums. The music is very just, oh, what have we done before, okay, you know. So it's kind of a lazy album. But go listen to The Kids Are Alt-Right, because that song is incredible. I love it so much. Number 14 is Nature/Nurture by Clowns. I gave this an 8 out of 11, which is a 72%. This is an Australian punk psychedelic band, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I even played it for Bat because I think he would be really into them, and he liked them. I don't know if he'll actually listen to the full album because I think he should. I think he would really enjoy this. Bat, you're editing. Go listen to this album. Okay, that's done. Yeah, this was pretty good. Like, I read the description, it was like, oh, they're merging psychedelic with punk, and I was like, oh, that's not gonna be too good. And I remember when Clowns got signed to Fat Wreck, it was a big deal, and it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. They have a male and a female vocalist, which is really cool. The split vocals are really cool because you don't know who you're getting, you know, and all of a sudden, like, you just have this awesome Boehner riff or drum solo, and then boom, someone comes in, you're like, oh, that, you know, everything works for each song and is really cool. I think it was the last track I didn't like, mainly. I think it just got really slow and more psychedelic. There was one track that, like, it's like a minute 40 or something. It's completely a psychedelic fade into the next track. I think it's the last 3 tracks of the album that you could just stop at. If you don't like psychedelic, just kind of stop. Because I think it was those. I think it's just the last 3 get really weird, and they're all merging into each other, and it just, yeah. So I think that's what I didn't like. But the first 8 are really good. I highly recommend Clowns. I haven't listened to their other stuff. I don't know if it has more of a psychedelic influence or less. I'm excited to keep checking them out. Number 13 is Songs of Armor and Devotion by Strung Out. I gave this a 10 out of 13, which is a 77%. This, like Bracket, is just one of those bands where you can't focus on them. I thought Bat was a really big fan of them. He said he only liked one album because it was the only album he could keep focus on, because all their music is just like, hey, it's background, oh crap. There were multiple times that throughout listening to this album I would look up and go, wait, that's the song title? I wasn't listening to that, and I would realize that I missed 2 tracks. And so those were kind of the ones I didn't like, I think, were like 3 tracks that, yeah, it was the second and third track where I was literally like, oh, I didn't even hear those, that's how bad they were. And then I want to say the last track. A lot of these albums, luckily, the songs I didn't like were kind of the last track. So it was nice that, you know, it's the last track, which should be a good way to go out. But also, if you want to listen to it again, hey, the last track sucked, you can stop before that. It's kind of like California by Blink. You just don't listen to Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, so this was good. It was just really hard to keep focus. I mean, I was, the entire time, I'm just on my phone looking up, oh no, 4 tracks went by, crap, oh, they were kind of good. So, yeah, Strung Out is definitely, it's another one of those background bands. Go work out to Strung Out. Number 12, Oh my god, it's You're Welcome by COKIE the Clown. I gave this an 8 out of 10. Do the math, you know what that is. Oh my god. This is the saddest music I've ever heard in my life. Oh my god. Bathtub's the opening track. Listen to it once, then never listen to it again. It's so sad. Oh. Oh, it was so sad. This album was just, I mean, if you are on the edge, if you're on the edge of like no effects, like I was, of like, oh, you know, it's good music, but Fat Mike's voice sucks, don't listen to this, because his voice sucks in this. He just, production value is very limited, which I think is the point. You know, it's COKIE the Clown, it's his alter ego, he's sad, but oh my god, it's just like, I think everything's one take, especially Bathtub. I don't remember the name of the other one I didn't like. It began with a D, I think. That was just one where I was just like, oh, it was like, you know, not sad, not happy, just kind of, he threw in a medium song, maybe to just break up your feelings and emotions for a little bit. I will say Fuck You All was my favorite of the album. That's a really good song. That was like a kind of short little punk ballad to say fuck you all. I liked that, but it's sad. Instantly after I got done, Bat was like, sadder than AJJ, and I was like, oh yeah, and he was like, whoa, and I was like, yeah, whoa, 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 yeah, oh, ho, ho, yeah. This was a sad one. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's move on. Number 11 is Bliss by Decent Criminal. 9/11, 81%. I was so excited to listen to this album. We saw Decent Criminal live back in 2018, March 17th, 2018 to be exact, a week after my 18th birthday. They were pretty good. They're like a surf punk rock type thing, kind of like Waves, as Bat and the guy from Decent Criminal has both said, personally, in a back and forth conversation between Bat and the guy from Decent Criminal. Bat was here, and the guy from Decent Criminal was here. And Bat was like, hey man, I really liked your sound. It reminded me of Waves. And the guy from Decent Criminal was like, hey man, I love Waves. That's how it went. This was really good. This was another one where the last song I didn't enjoy, and then there was just one in the middle somewhere that you take it or leave it. I love this. If you want to hear Decent Criminal, if you want to be like, boom, you know, this album was really good, it's a good starter, go listen to Bleached, though, right away. Such a good song. I literally can't stop listening to it ever since I listened to this album. I remember when it came out, I think it was a single. I remember when it came out and I heard it, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Now listening to it again as the full album, holy shit, what a good song. The lyrics are good. All the guitar parts are good. Like, the whole sound is good. I just love the message of it. I don't know if it's a message, but, you know, it's just a neat little love ditty, and I really like it. Decent Criminal's really good. I hope they come back to Wisconsin, because we saw them the once, and, like, I guess it was a big deal that they were there, because the openers and the headliners are like, Decent Criminal from California's here, and people lost their mind. So I guess that's a big deal to them that they don't leave Cali. I don't know. It was really good. Go check out Decent Criminal, Bliss, Bleached, Cold, Fade. Every song on this album is one-word titles. Go just check them all out. Okay, we are on to the 100% section. Every single thing from here on out is great. It's 100% just great. It's a 1 out of 1 or a 2 out of 2 or a 10 out of 10. No 1 out of 1s. There's no singles. I wouldn't put a fucking single on this. Jesus Christ. Almost did, though. Fish in a Gun Barrel, Gun in a Fish Barrel by NoFX, whatever that was called. I was like, oh, I just throw it on. No, I didn't. The first one, number 10, is Hang-Ups and Hangovers by courtesy of Tim. This only has 2 tracks. It's pretty good. It's ska. They're from here in Madison, Wisconsin. We've seen them twice now, Bat and I. We actually just picked up, that's right here, I think. Hold on a second. That band's the worst I've ever heard. That's a coaster. That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. This is all just NoFX and Master Intruder. That's the Nemesis. Well, Bat just bought this. He fucking hid it from me. Hang-Ups and Hangovers, it was just a little ditty. It's a 2-track EP, but it's like 10 minutes. Like, both songs are about 4 or 5 minutes, I think. If you like ska, go listen to it. I don't have much to say. I think Hang-Ups and Hangovers is a really good song title and track name. I actually liked the other track more than this one, though. More than the title. I don't remember what it was called, but I really enjoyed it. So go check them out. I listened to they was on Spotify, but go follow them on Bandcamp. They actually just put out, I was going to put it on, but I guess I don't know. I thought it was December 31st, 2019. Now it says it's January 1st, 2020. So they just put out another 2-track EP. Go listen to that. That was also pretty good. I just didn't know if it was 2019 or 2020 or not. I didn't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But go listen to Courtesy of Tim. They're pretty good. They get better every time we hear them live. So number 9 is Open Mic at the Lo-Fi by Justin, Courtney, Pierre. This was a Record Store Day exclusive vinyl that I got the last copy at the local store, still unopened. This was really good. I'm very biased because Justin, Pierre, but it was pretty good. The last track is actually, it's called Drop. Here are the tracks: My Girl Margo, Inside Voice, Midnight Special, and Drop. Drop is a cover of it says Jim Reed and William Reed, but it's an actual band that he likes. Don't remember who it was. Inside Voice is really good. My Girl Margo, it actually came from a 7-inch I got from my VIP pack when I met Justin. Margot Kidder signed him an autograph when he was a kid. My Girl Margo wrote a song about it. Midnight Special was pretty good. Out of all of Justin's solo stuff, which isn't a lot, it's one album and like 2 singles or something like that, I'd say that this is probably my least favorite song by him, but it's still fucking great. So like, the bar for that is, pretty wild. And then Drop, whatever band actually saying that, really good song, really enjoyed it. I didn't know if I'd like it because I know, this Justin is into some weirder music, but I liked his take on it. I didn't listen to the original, so I don't know. It's probably better because it's Justin. Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty good. I like it. Go check this out. Number 8 is Teenage Bottle Rocket versus Human Robots. This is another EP. This is 4 tracks. Fucking great. Featuring Olivia. Olivia Goes to Bolivia. And then Olivia actually sings 2 songs. She sings the last 2 tracks. This is a really good, short little EP. Teenage Bottle Rocket's great. This isn't the first time you hear about them in this video. They're really good. I don't have much to say about this one. It was just a short little EP. It was fun. One of the songs, Everything to Me, was the 2nd track. That's actually on their full-length album from this year. We'll get to that. So I actually got to skip that one because I was like, oh, I know it's great already. So I skipped it. So yeah, it was a really short, fun little ditty with Olivia. Who is Olivia? I don't know. Really don't know who Olivia is. But it featured Olivia. She went to Bolivia. She sang some songs. Yeah. Number 7 is Straight Cash Homie by Help Desk. This had 5 tracks, and it was really great. Help Desk is a punk band from here in Madison, where they all dress like IT guys, and they all sing songs about IT and working in like an office and having cubicles and shit like that. This is really great. I remember when Please Hold got released a few months back as a single. Love that song. Red Alert was really good. They have a song called Alternative Facts, but F-A-X. That's clever. I love Help Desk. They have such a simple concept to make it so good. This was my favorite work by them. The production value you could hear was better. The vocals were great. In some of their other 2 EPs, the vocals are kind of like, it's there, but there's work. This was great. I loved this EP so much. Like I said, favorite work by them. Can't wait to keep listening to it. Don't have much to say about that. Go check out Help Desk. They have 3 EPs, all 5 tracks. Takes you like 10 minutes a piece maybe, so a half hour you bust out their whole thing. If that, I think they're actually clocking like 7 minutes a piece. They're really great. If you like Office Space, go listen to them. If you like Mountain Dew, Code Red, and Gaming, go listen to them. If you like Sally and accounting, go listen to them. Number 6 is Tommy in June by Tommy in June. This was like an acoustic album. I think it was the debut of this band, Tommy in June. Just a little duo singing songs. Really good. I like acoustic music. The lyrics were really good. It was really strong. The themes throughout the album were really cool. Some light in tone, some dark in tone. Nice contrast. Really good. We've talked about it before on our channel where especially with the 25 Days of Christmas that we did, where when something's really good, you don't have much to say about it because all you can say is just go watch it, go listen to it. This was one of those things, and it's going to keep getting like that. Go listen to Tommy in June by Tommy in June. We're 10 tracks, really, it was 25, 30 minutes, I think. It was pretty short. Really enjoyable, especially if you like acoustic music. Number 5, this was fucking incredible. Get It Together by Make War. 11 out of 11. Oh my god, this album, this band, everything. This is a punk band. It's a punk Latinx hybrid, bilingual. They're from Colombia, Venezuela, and Florida. holy shit, was this good. I mean, I can't, like, I remember when this album got announced on Fat Wreck, and I thought it was like some hardcore punk then, and it kind of is, but it's like the best fucking hardcore punk I've ever heard in my life. Like I said, it's bilingual. There are a couple of tracks in Spanish that are fucking badass. Go listen to American Football, spelled like F-U-T-B-O-L, like football. Go fucking listen to that. There's like no verses, no chorus. There's just a guy saying stuff, and it's just straight up facts, and it's what we need to hear right now. I can't praise this album enough. So fucking good, guys. Like, I had a tweet right away. I was just like, fucking banger of an album. I love Make War now. I think this is only their second album. I gotta go listen to their first. All their t-shirts are sold out, so I can't buy those. I'm mad about that. This was just so good, guys. Get it together. Make War. Go listen now. Number 4 is 3 by Masked Intruder. So this is the third album by Masked Intruder. And I love Masked Intruder. I have a tattoo of Masked Intruder. I've seen them a lot. And this was good. This is a 12 out of 12 because there's 12 tracks and they're all good. This is the weakest effort by Masked Intruder, I'd say. It's not even weak. There's so much production value in this, and I think that's what kills it for me. Their last 2 albums were both released on Fat Wreck, or at least one was released on either Pure Noise. This is on Pure Noise. So maybe their first album was on Red Scare. It got re-released by Fat Wreck. Then their second album, M.I., was on Fat Wreck, and then they left Fat Wreck. They did Love and Other Crimes, which is an EP, which was really good. Now they did this. This was weird. I don't know. There's like 2 songs on this album that are like lullabies. Like 2 songs in a row about like falling asleep and dreaming of you, and you know, we have little lullaby tunes, and it's weird. It's all really good, but it's just like my mom really likes No Fair. Like, she really likes it because I used to play this in my car, and she's like, I love this song. It's cute. B&E is pretty good. No Case, the fucking opening track. What a band. Let me look at the track list I got here. I mean, they're all good. Stay With Me Tonight I really like. I'm Free at Last is probably my favorite song on this album, because it's like, if you know Masked Intruder, shout out to Burnsy. I think he won the digital code of this album. If you know Masked Intruder, they're really fast pop punk, and it's just boom, vocals, and it's really nice. And I'm Free at Last is like, you know, a lot of their songs about being in prison and love. It's Love and Other Crimes. And this song is like, he literally talks about he was going to kill himself in prison, but then he got out, and like, it's a really inspirational song, and there's just a lot of subtle like, oh yeah, I killed myself, but now I'm out, it's good. Like, it's a really good song. It's very fast. I really like it. So go listen to 3 by Masked Intruder. Burnsy, I think you won the digital code. You probably have. I think you did. I think you messaged me and was like, hey, they're good. So you know. Drop your thoughts below. Number 3 is not 3. It's Thoughts and Prayers by Good Riddance. This had 12 tracks. I liked them all. Bat has been telling me to check out Good Riddance for I don't know how fucking long, and I can't believe I haven't. This was so good. Better than Masked Intruder even, because of the same amount of tracks, but just because of the fact of, like, they changed stuff. Thoughts and Prayers was really good. Good Riddance, really good. I love his vocals. I love their sound. Their lyrics were really good. I can't believe I've been missing out on this. They've been around since like the 80s though too, so I hate when I get into bands like that when it's like they're so good, but they have like fucking 12 albums I gotta go listen to. It's like Useless ID when I got into them. There's so many albums by them I still have to listen to. This was really good. I think we do own a few of their albums though, so it might not be that hard. I can't believe I wasn't listening to Bat. That's all I have to say. They're so fucking good. Really excited I finally heard them. So go check out Good Riddance, Thoughts and Prayers. Number 2, Stay Rad by Teenage Bottle Rocket. This is the second instance of Teenage Bottle Rocket on this album. This was really good. 14 out of 14. Fucking incredible. This is the first album without Brandon Carlisle, their drummer and brother of Ray that passed away in 2015. So good. It was really good. I Want to Be a Dog. Very funny song. The first time I did acid was the last time I did acid. Great. The Creature from the Black Metal Lagoon. Awesome. So many songs. Like I said, everything to me. I also really liked I Never Knew by Teenage Bottle Rocket. I don't know why I said by Teenage Bottle Rocket. We're talking about them. Fucking Doc's Work. That's a really good song as well. The whole album was really good. If you know Teenage Bottle Rocket, You know, they're very fast, they're joke songs. It's crazy how great their titles are and how they come up with just boom, here's the title, let's write a song about it. Everything's so clever. This was really good. And number one, best album of the year. I don't think we have the CD case in here. We might. Let me look. It's still in my car. Number one, best album of the year is Order in Decline by Sum 41. I actually broke my rule here because this only has 10 tracks, and so it should be lower, but I just can't put it any lower. This album was so good. I think I'm one of the only people that probably thinks that Sum 41's new like hard rock metal sound is better than their pop punk. I'm honestly not a big fan of Sum 41 with all their pop punk stuff. Like, they have some good songs, but I just can't get into it. This is fucking incredible. My personal favorite effort of theirs. It's been one of 2 albums in my car for like a few months because it's so good that I want to quickly listen to a different album and get right back to this. It's such a good album. Go listen to it. Technically, I do have the Target exclusive edition, so I have 12 tracks, but they're just acoustic versions of 2 other songs. Heads Will Roll is great. 45 is great. Catching Fire is great. Never There is great. New Sensation, fucking great. Everything on this album is so great. I love this album so much. I can't wait for more of this sound. I know 13 Voices was their last album. I think that was similar in sound, so I should listen to the full thing of that because I really like Fake My Own Death on that album as well. This was great. I love Order in Decline so much. I love this new sound from Sum 41. I love how they're these old punk rockers, and like, you know, old punk rockers nowadays, they're all making shitty pop music and they're changing their genre, and Sum 41 did it, but they did it better, and they're swearing more. Like, no bands swear anymore, and these guys are just swearing more, and they're fucking pissed. You know, I love it. It was so good. Go listen to this out. It's 10 tracks. It's really short. It is sad. I will say Never There and Catching Fire, very sad, especially Catching Fire. It's just so fucking good. Don't pass this one up. Especially if you know Sum 41. Everyone knows Sum 41, right? But this is a whole new effort from them, and I love it. And there it is. That was the top albums, best and worst albums and EPs of 2019. I had fun. I hope you did. If you listen to any of these albums, if you've heard any of these albums, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think. If you listen to one of these albums because I said it and you really liked it, or you fucking hated it, let me know about it. I want to talk to you about how much I loved or fucking hated it. It was a good effort this year. I liked it. Every album had fucking like 11 tracks, so that was kind of weird to me. But you know, there's only like 3 or 4 albums that I was like, oh, that's pure shit. Listen to that. If you've listened to it, let me know your thoughts on anything. Burnsy, I think we talked about Master Intruder. But if this makes you listen to it again and drop more thoughts. And if you listen to their other stuff, let me know. If you know, like I said, if anyone knows any of these bands and like Good Riddance, so many albums, tell me what to check out first if you know more from them. That's it. This is the outro. This is the part where I do the outro. So I've been Lexstyle. You can follow me on Instagram. No, fuck off. I did it wrong. This is the outro. It's the part where I do the outro. So like this video and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. You could even give it 3 thumbs up because the first thumbs up likes the video. And then if you do it again, it takes it away. So you have to do a 3rd one. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you get us all the time. We have a lot of new content coming out. We're going to change up some things. We're really excited. We're going to do a channel update soon probably to talk about it all. So make sure you're subscribed. It is free. You can always change your mind. So do that. You can follow me on Instagram at StraightEdgeAtheistJerk or on Twitter at IdioDal, and check out my Stardust at Lexstyle. You can also go to my Twitter at IdioDal because I was kind of live tweeting as I listened to all these albums. So if you want more reviews of me being like, you know, while I heard them, to go listen and be like, oh, he thought this fucking rocked, go do that. You can follow the channel as a collective at Punk Rock Blues on Twitter, Instagram, and here, YouTube. And you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/punkrockblues. Where if you pledge $3 or more, you are an executive producer. Your name is in the credits. We have podcasts coming, early access for all our videos that aren't collection updates or giveaways. Years are changing, so if you love us, go check that out. You know, we put a lot of money into these videos. This has been the best and worst albums, EPs, music of 2019. I have been Lexstyle. You have been the viewer. We'll see you next time. Bye!